This is where I'm at so far. I've cleaned the cases up that I got off eBay. They come up pretty nice. They've got decent bearings in them now. And I'll put the gear clusters in, which was a right fucking pain in the arse to do that, to get all these in and all the faults lined up and everything. But if you want to see how that's done, go check out some other people's videos, because I don't want to waste like 2 hours of you watching me struggling trying to get these clusters in there. So anyway, they're in there. The bearing's been changed for the gear shafts. They've been changed, so that's all done. Right. The crank, I rebuilt the crank. Got a new conrod on it and new bearings. And to true these up, to get these, I think there's about something like about 3 or 4 foul difference, you know, offset on them, but that's about the best as I can get it. And what I had to do is I had to knock this jig up, right, because I didn't have anything to hold the crank on the XS 650s. I used a bit of angle, which well, the bearings just slot onto the bit of angle, but on this, in this case, there's no bearings there, so I had to knock up this jig. I used a bit of 2" by 3mm angle iron, and I've got the little attachments here from eBay. I've got the live centres, the revolving centres, so we got them off of eBay. I think this one was about a £5, and this little bit here was about £3. And you can adjust that if you unscrew that, then that just moves back, so you can just take out the crank. And then various holes in here for different size cranks. I thought I'd just, and it's all bolted together as well, so that I can easily store it away. So yeah, that's the crank at the moment. I'll just, because these big ends come with packed in grease, so it's quite stiff when you first mess around with it. So I've had to oil it up. I'm waiting for it to free up a little bit so that it will find its centre, its heavy point. You see, it's like it's bottom heavy at the moment because it's got no piston on it, so it's going to be bottom heavy. Another little trick to get that socket really hot, so I can place it on top of that bearing, and then hopefully that will expand a little bit, and we can get the crank on to that side of the engine. Leave that there for a few minutes and heat the bearing up, and we'll see if we can't put the crank through it. Kidding me, yeah. There you go. Need to throw some screws in so we can hold it together a little bit better. counterbalance shaft. Just coming through the other side. Oh, over we go. Goes through. Turn the crank round. A bit of that's to face it that way, because there's if you see that on this counterbalance shaft, there's a little cutout there, right? So you can get it past the crank. So this thing has to face that way. You can get it all the way through then. And you go. Counterbalance shaft in that side. On the other side, you've got Yamaha flips there. Notch on there, and there it is. That's where the dot is. Where the dot is. There you go. There's that. Look at that. We'll just put that on there for the moment so we don't lose anything. Check that in there. Oh. On it. Right, we leave that there for the minute. That's that in place. Stick that back up there. Yeah, there's counterbalance shaft. There's some marks on there. There is. There's a little dot on that cog there. On that, cog, which lines up with a cog on the crank, the cranky. So it's nice with the nice bearings in it. Right, I'll be back. I'll see you in a bit. Just changed the battery in the camera. It's fucking me off, my fucking camera. Keeps fucking battery running out. Fucking poxy fucking Sony shit. Anyone recommend a camera which lasts more than about an hour? Fucking doing my head in it is. Don't know where I was now, what I was doing. Kickstart shaft, was it? I put the gear selector in. That's all in. Change the seal in that. I'm not even sure if that fucking. I'm not even sure if that recorded or not. Anyway, that's it. You can't remember. Can't remember what's next. I think it's the. I think it's the what's the name? The kickstart shaft. Here's something that'll make a grown man cry. I put loads of it together, and now I've had to take it all apart because of one thing. Right, while I was looking for the washer for the kickstart, I found this. Right, so fucking hell, that goes in between the crankcases. Right, so I've took it all apart, right, just to find out there's already one there. Right, this one came out of the spare crankcases that I bought off eBay.
or these crankcases, or my other crankcases I should say, so I didn't need to take it all apart. But so I mean, that one looks a little bit worn, so we're going to replace that anyway and put a decent one in there. So it's back to square one again, really. It's fucking starting it all over again. That's just taken me like an hour or something to put a lot of it together and then fucking pull it all apart again. So I'm going to come back to you when I get to the stage where I got to before, when I was looking for the fucking washer for the kickstart shaft. Right, I'll be back. Right. Finally got it all back together again. Found the fucking thrust washer for the kickstart shaft. So we can put that in now. That goes in. Goes in, looks up against the stop, I'm going to spring around, stick it in, okay, pair of pliers to help you along. If I had a pair of pliers, there we go. So that's your kickstart shaft. That's in place now. We want to put our cogs back on, don't we? And then we can start assembling. Put the clutch basket on. So, we have the cog. Number 1. Thrust washer. And the circuit. On there good. So everything is now back together again as it was before I took it apart. To see that I hadn't forgotten anything. Right, everything's back to normal now. So I think all that's left on this side is just the clutch basket, I believe. Don't think I've forgotten anything else. That's all done, that's tightened up, all the nuts and bolts are tightened up. Right, what have we got here? Oops. Everything's going around lovely. Finally found it. It was with the other clutch bits. The clutch push rod I've put in there and dropped the ball bearing in there. Got to turn the camera on as usual. So just put the washer on. Put the rest of the clutch on. And put a lock washer. Reasonably good condition. A lock washer in there, and put a nut on. Right. coming undone, I tell you that. The side of the nut is lined up where the bend was on the washer, so can't be that far out. There we go. You know which way it goes. It just shows you two plain rings. Don't they? There's no dots like you normally get on a clutch where it's been balanced. So, guess we just chuck it on. Make sure you've got that oil ring and the bearing and the spring for the oil pump. You've got the water pump there. Change that seal out. Clean that up, and then that will drop on. Like so. So we're getting there. I've changed the seal on the kickstart as well. So we've got two seals to change in this. Yeah, I think I'll do that on my next day off. Is I'll come back and change the seals out in that casing and then put the side casing on. So that'll be this side done, and then we'll turn it over. Actually, once this side's done, then we can probably put it back in the frame, and then just carry on with the other side while it's in the frame. So change a couple of seals over and hold your uncle. I'll catch you then.